Hello, welcome to the Organic Shits channel. I am Fernando, and today I came to bring you another VBA Excel video. And in today's video, I will show you how to create this vertical menu, this menu for your project in VBA. So take a look. Here we have a side menu where I can select some options here from my menu, and automatically we have this done, this aesthetic here. First, handsome, huh? Visually pleasant, and we can interact here with the element multib. Right? Multi is multi-page here from our VBA, so stay there with me that I will teach you step by step for the creation of this tool. Just before we actually leave for class, I would like to run some errands. It's pretty simple. First, if you are not registered, take advantage and sign up there right now, because here on the Organic Sits channel we teach you different projects, right? Various techniques to deal with your projects in VBA, so you will surely learn a lot, will leave your project even more professional, and already enjoy. Like this video, leave your good comment. I would like to thank all subscribers here from the Organic Shits channel. Let me close this place. Yeah, come on. So what's going on? I have here the content of our class today. He, as I told you, is a menu, this menu. It was created by Mehmet. It is another partner here of the channel. So now take advantage and subscribe to his channel too. I will leave the link here in the description, and every time he develops a project like this, he always shares it with me. He asked me to revise the code, fix any bugs, and cooperate with him, so we always cooperate to bring you legal content. So of course I want you to subscribe to his channel. Leave a comment there if possible, that it only brings us closer, right? My relationship with him, I have been able to bring some very interesting content here for you, right? Although he does content, he has a communication problem there because he doesn't speak Portuguese, does he? Anyway. Yeah, I can bring the content to you here and explain it in a better way, and I think that's the interest here. It's all of us, right? So let's give his channel strength, even encourage him, and watch a video here which is well translated with my impressions and the changes I made. I always make changes, don't I? It is changes that I find interesting, maybe. In short, it is good you also take a look at the original design. So, come on, I got this project here, right? I'm not going to focus on this project. This project here is a project that I was using anyway for another 111, another purpose, let's say, and I created this menu here based on what he shared with me. So we can see that it has a visually and aesthetically beautiful menu, and as I select the options, it literally with multi-page. He has this little cursor here that shows the selected options and navigates with the options I select. So he has this smooth movement here, okay? Another little detail, okay? I think just to leave a little water in your mouth, we have a data reading list here, and I brought some lessons back, which is also an original meme project, and I made some changes to the code, so he's coming with the menu now, right? So I have here. The menu is automatically created, and he has this bar in the horizontal bar, right? So we have horizontal bars here, I have menus here, and filters. He had someone ask me to teach him how to filter and. I'm going to teach, I don't know if it's here on the canal, I don't know if I'm going to attribute it to the course, I still see, but I have a filter here where I can select the type, for example, recipe, and make a filter. He's just going to bring me the recipes, so I can go through here and go through the pages, right? With the option, I can make a filter here between the expiration date, so I can put it here between 1/8/2023 and 10 from 8. For example, in 2023, and filter, then it will filter everything that has these options. In case he didn't bring anything here, did he? No recipe in this period to put here on the 30th, for example, to see if he brings. So, beauty, he brought here recipes, so see that the date will always be between the 1st and 30th of the month. 8, see? We have the recipes here, so it's only 6 pages. That's I can also do a filtering by name here. For example, when I start typing, there are 2 customers here. If I start typing F, it will filter a name here according to how we type. If I type Thomas TH, O, he will only filter there. If I type here, laugh, it will filter another name that has laugh there in the name. That's what I'm still seeing. How can I bring you today's goal to focus directly on the menu? Okay. So let's go. So first you have this menu here. We're going to do it from scratch. I'm going to look at the code with you here, explain a little bit of the code, and we're actually going to create a menu here from scratch for you to see how to adapt to your project. Let's see this project in practice, okay? Click here on log off. Come on, let's go to our code here. So beauty, we have 11 user forms here, right? This user form, it is composed of a multi-page. as I said. So here it has a multi-page one, and it has some labels that will be those my buttons there. So I don't need to stay creating button with a pretty aesthetic. Just I put them here. In my user form, they will automatically adapt. If I import my module that creates menus, come on, I'll show you the module here, CLS tabs menus, right? So this is a module here that I'm going to do a very simplified overview of the code, right? I won't go into details. But if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I will clarify your doubts. Come on. First of all, I would like to see here with you that we do some interactions with the Windows API. And these APIs here, therefore pulling the OS, the Windows cursors. So by default, we have this little thing you're seeing here when we go to a clickable option, right? And it often appears there a little hand to indicate that that option there can be clicked anyway. It's an example here. It's not pulling anything here. But anyway, this idea, so we're going to use this to indicate that the menu is clickable. There are clickable options there, right? And in addition, another change I made was to put this color in the spotlight. So this highlight color, when you see me running here, I put, for example, the same color you have here would be a prominent color, right? So when I click on the selected option here, it will have this color and this bar will have this color, right? I can change this color here, put another color, put a pink color. This is according to my design, okay? And then I would have to move through various parts of the code. I have already centralized as a constant here for you to change your here. It is in long format, but accepts RGB format. That's your preference. And then he makes some variable statements up to Oka function. This mouse function, mouse icon, is when you pass the mouse there through the button, it will, as I said, change the little icon of the mouse pointer to give them a clickable and effective feeling of the heart, right? The dada of this menu is this function creating tab menu. So here he has all the variable statements. He does a montage of information here because we work a lot with dictionaries here in Excel, right? Com, with variables, with variants, and we create it as if it were a menu there in a variant so that we can load it there in our user form. So what it does here is basically go through the elements, all the elements of the user form and all those that have the TB menu. Yeah, and we will see how to do that. He's going to add it like it's one of the options on our menu itself, right? Here it makes some size settings. You will see that always the menu, it will be centralized. So no matter where the options are here, it's always going to center here according to the size of my form. It's always going to create that bar from here to gray, right? This bar here, gray, where the cursor is going to be scaled. All of this automatically. So we can have a menu aesthetically beautiful, right? Aesthetically speaking, can we have a functional menu? For those who follow the channel here, you know, I have brought other menus here, some more beautiful, some less, some more functional, some less. And this one here, I think is very interesting for those who have few options on their menu. Fernando, I will have 3 options there, 4 options, like the example of this application here. Po, beauty. I will use this menu. It is beautiful, it is interesting, and will work well. Fernando, I have 50 options, several sub-options. Po, I would not recommend, I would already recommend a more structured menu, or who knows, there is the menu strip that I brought. Then I will leave the link in the description of these menus that I have brought here on the channel for you to take a look and choose the best one that will suit you. And then he starts writing some these elements, setting font size, all right? One thing I did was change the font to Poppins font, which is a font I downloaded here to my computer. Maybe you don't have yours, but then it will pull a standard font. But if you need it, you can. You can come here and change if you want. Yes, let me see here that I will change more than I will. I will change the icon here. Then the icon is optional. You can choose to have an icon or not. And I put our blind MDL2 asset there, which is our source there that we use to work with little icons here with Excel. Has used a lot in my projects, but Mehmet uses its own source if you want. It has the source. In his channel, it's a source of icons he created himself. It even has a lesson that teaches you how to create a single source of icons for you to use in your projects in this way. And then at the end of everything he puts there, this variable is this 3-dimensional variable, let's say that. And then we have the menu to be assembled, right? It does some effects here, plus some settings. Here he has the label design, which is up there. He calls this label design. To mount this information here is about font, about whether it will be bold or not. I put it in bold. I don't think it was. I think it was fake here, but you can. And finally, it has an option here that is the tab label click. That is, when you click on one of the options beyond it to the corresponding option there in yours, it is multi-tab, right? that he makes that transition there to the right multi-tape. He also does 111 loops here. This is the process he does here, and it's the process of giving the effect of a stunner, right? So he does a loop here about using some velocity calculation variables here and resizing up or down, and then it gives that sliding effect. The interesting thing is that the way he did it here is depending on the choice. If the options are close, slide it, it's at a speed, okay, constant. Can you see he's sliding? Now, if it's a long distance, it glides faster. This is to be able to maintain the same standard. So I found it super interesting, well thought out by the meme. The other thing I added was the logout, right? So if you have any option there called logout, it will automatically close your form, right? And then you can have a choice to leave, right? Then you have to come here and change your exit options, and then you will, right? You can also change, the font can change, whether you want to bold or not, you can feel free. And here's the TEB label out. That is, when you select another option, you have to go back to that option that was selected for the initial settings. That is, you have to remove the highlight from it. So for example, I'm here executed. Let me run here. I'm with dashboard in highlight, so see it gets the highlight color. The option is here. And when I click on another option, I want this one here to stop having the highlight value, right? So she's going to delete it. She's going to go back to the initial settings. And that's what we're doing here, right? We return them to the initial settings, and here it is only when you pass over the tab label. He changes there the little icon, what I had told you. So, for example, I pass here. Oh, see that he gets the little hand instead of the pointer giving it is and leaving the intuitive to the user that this option is a clickable option. Good, good, beautiful. We have seen here in practice how it works and how you will do to create a project with this style, or is it to insert these settings into a project of yours? So come on, I'm going to make one here from scratch. I will click here, I will open another project here. So beauty, I have a project here from scratch, and we're going to start by pressing an Alt F11. We go there to the development environment and start this project from scratch. So the first thing you're going to do is get the code that I'm going to share with you. So I will leave the link here in the description. Let you go to my website, on the Organic Sheet website, and there will be the code. Right? I will share with you the code that Mehmet shared with me. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to import this code here. You're going to create a class 111 class menu, right? A class module. Oh, I created it in the wrong project. Come on, I will click here in the folder 1. Let me create a class module. In this class module, you will call it CLS-TB menu class, right? So let's go up to the new class module, and I'll rename it here to OCLS-TB menu, okay? And then you will paste the code I shared with you. So the code I shared is this one from here. It's the code from Mehmet. Let me come here. You're going to paste it here, so the code is ready, isn't it? If you want to make any changes, do after using the code. It's ready here. With a standard color, you can change the color, as I said. All right, then the first step has been done. The second step we're going to do, yes, is actually create a user form. So I'm going to create a user form here. So let's go. And here in this user form, I'm going to create a label here. This first law, I will change her caption to the beginning. For example, I will put it here in the tag. I must put this tag here, OTab menu multi-request a trace. We will see it in practice. Come on. So I will click here, OTab menu multi-pedal, a trace 1. What does it mean? This tag, when he loops through all the controls in my user form, this tag will match that control is part of my menu, right? Then he will take the tab menu here and then identify it as part of the menu, and he will see the multi-page to identify which multi-page we are related to. In case here it will be a multi-page 1. If you have a multi-page with another name, you will change here pro multi-page of the other name, and after the underscore 1 that will indicate the page number. So if it's a multi-page with 5 pages, I will have the button with 1, the same button with the same tag, only at the end it will be 2, then at the end it will be 3, then at the end it will be 4. That is, each button will have a number corresponding to a page in our multi-page. So beauty I chose here at the beginning, and the other one will be, for example, I will call here registration. Right, registration, and there will be 2 beauties here. So I have 2 buttons that are part of my menu. I need to have a multi-page now. I will click here on our multi-page. It already comes with 2 pages by default, but I can put more here by right-clicking, inserting a new page. That's good. We'll do this, and then I'll reduce it here, and I'll leave the space for my side menu. Well, now that what I need to do is call here on the init a lies event, the function that will create my menu. But before that, we will come here and create a normal module, right? No class module is required in this normal module. I'll make the call, I'll make the import, right? The import declaration of my CLS tab menu, right? From my tab menu and my TB call, which I will also use there, which will be a collection that I will use there. So basically, I will let that code also shared. You're coming here and you're going to put the public TB on the new Celestial TB menu, aren't you? So you say here that this TB variable will be a Celeste TB menu of my class module, right? And it's going to be public. I'm going to be able to use it in my entire project. Same thing, tickle, huh? So having done this part, I actually come to declare my variable. Now, yes, I can call it here at the beginning of live calling TB, point create tab menu, and then I have to pass 2 arguments. First of all is the user form that I will use. In case I will put me, that is the user form, even though I am creating this code. Then I will put the multi-page. I want my menu tab to control. In this case, I will put the multi-page, right? It will be the multi-page that we will use. In theory, should already work. Let's test it here. Beauty, it's already worked. So I have a start and a record. Can you see here that I can switch between the 2 options? It's just that we don't have this here, right? There's a blank. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come here. I'm going to create 11 menus here and call here from the beginning just for us to see, okay? I'm not going to worry about the aesthetics here. And here on page 2, I will call it registration beauty. Now let's run again. I see the beginning here. If I click here, I change the registration, right? Then we can already see it working and you can already adapt in your project. Fernando beauty, but I want another color. I'll come here. Let's get another color here. I'll get this green from here, okay? I will copy the color here. I will go there in my class module and I will change the color here in my constant. What if I do it again? I have my buttons working, my menus working, and switching between pages. Then I can improve. I can still enter here. I will come here in symbol. I will select AA, Segor is MDL2 assets, right? Where are my Unicode? I changed here to another situation. So come on. I have it here and I can take some options like, for example, I can click on this heart here and take the Unicode from it, which is going to be N006. And then if I come here in my option, I can click here at the beginning and here you find the tip text. I can put OE006, which in theory it will take the heart here as the icon of my option. All right, let's get another one here. Let's see the registration. Let me see if I have any options here that have to do with the registration. I'll put that floppy disk, right? I'm going to put this little user here with more. Let's see if it works well. Click here, and then I'm going to come here. Control the text type and select in theory. It worked. Oh, I have the registration option here. So, and the start option working, and I could come here and start styling my project. So here is actually, let me take here registration. I will put here 11 text box start. Here I can put a button here. I could put, let's assume, just to give him an example, I could put a bigger button, for example, and then my project will already work. So you have option 1 here, which would be the beginning, right? With the button, you have option 2, which is the beginning of this registration option anyway. It will be according to your needs, right? And I can have a menu in a simple way. Fernando, I need to include another option. Look, let's come here. I'll take this label. I'll create another one here. A copy. I can leave it anywhere. Okay. I put it here, but I can leave it anywhere because it will automatically order. For example, I will put it here. I will change it here to finance. Now I'm going to change here to finance. And finally here in my tag, I'm going to change to 3, which is the third option. You will see when I run, let me click here and run, you will see what he creates, right? Until then, okay, but only then, if I click on option 3, it will give the error. You need to add a new page, that is, you don't have page 3, you only have page 1 and 2, and then option 3 here is not working, right? Another thing we can do too, Actually, here's the thing about creating the logout. So here, if I put logout, which was the word I set for exit, it will automatically terminate. If I click here to log out, it closes the page. Got it? Then it will work as a page closure. So that's basically what I wanted to show you here, right? I will share the code you need so that you can assign it there in your project. Any questions? As I said, don't forget to leave your notice there, right? Your comments will be good for us to work together. Actually, logout is this one from here. The option 3 that we don't have is logout, which will be registration. And then I can exchange an idea with you there. We can improve a little bit. Another thing too. Fernando, I have developed an improvement here. I have improved one point, another point that has been left unresolved. Dude, share it with me, huh? I will be most pleased to bring here the corrected version to give you the credits. And the idea of our channel here is exactly that, right? I have here the option to share some of my knowledge with you, just as Mehmet shares with me, just as Luga Automation shares with me, shares with you, just as from birth anyway, everyone is. It ends up enriching a little more and making our projects more professional in Excel, in VBA, which is a language that I particularly like quite a bit. So if you have an improvement there, be in a project of mine and someone else's project share, I will be the most happy to bring here and will be very happy to share improvements. You're getting better and better, aren't you? Then contact me. I'm totally at your disposal. Look, I changed the color here easily. We have a menu. There's something very interesting. Here's my thanks to Mehmet and here's my thanks to you, right? You are the ones who motivate me to be here every day. I'm so glad to be recording here again. I took a moment this week to record a video for you that I was already missing interacting a little bit with you there on YouTube too. And I look forward to you in our next class. Galera, valeu, and bye.